Meanwhile, in Broomtown, we're still doing grapes. This year seems like an infinite supply of grape cuttings, but we're getting into some that are they're kind of neat. Munson grapes have been the theme, obviously, this year, but Cloeta, who even knew I need her? But I got these from Missouri, and I'm excited. A lot of people make good wine out of Cloeta. It's a hard one to find. Let's see what's inside. You know, of all the cuttings that I've bought and sent, frankly, this young man at Terravox in Missouri, that's just the best job I've ever seen as far as preparing things for shipping. He soaks them, disinfects them, and shipped them out. I think he shipped them out UPS instead of the regular postal, so they get here quick. Frankly, he does a lot better job than I do when I send out cuttings. You can see these things are hard to do that one-handed, but these are nice. They're wrapped in paper. Like I said, you give them a little soak there with some anti-fungicide, and those are just great. Those are fantastic looking cuttings. So let's start with Cloeta. This is a good time to talk about the dirt, and I got another video specifically for this rooting media, but it's important. You need something that's loose enough for these little roots to grow and not have to, push their way through some heavy clay or something. So watch the video on me showing you how I made this dirt. And also there's other ones, but pay close attention to scraping the cambium layer on this. That's crucial to getting these rootings to take. Okay, we got 10 of those little fellas. We're officially writing the name on the blue tape. That makes it official. And we'll keep going. Our 1 week plus 1 day checkup on Cloeta is it's interesting. It's just now starting to maybe get a little bit of a fuzzy on the buds. You can see them. Not a lot of action going on here in 1 week, but we'll come back and see how they're doing next week. 1 week later in Cloeta, a lot of difference a week makes. When we showed this one last time, I don't think it had really anything, maybe fuzzy, but these look great. Looks like they're gonna do good. Go Cloeta. Let's do our 1 week checkup with Cloeta. It's amazing the difference a week makes. Sorry about that. In these little fellas, once they start growing, they grow. I want to show you one thing that they do, and some are worse than others, but if you'll look how early Cloeta wants to put out a grape, bunch of grapes, and I cut those off. It's hard to do one-handed and try to do the phone too, but there you go. They put a lot of energy into that I don't need them doing that right now. I need them making roots and putting green on so they can photosynthesize, but I'll go through here and cut all those off. But I just wanted to show you 7 days later on Cloeta. Well, it's been 7 days. Let's see how Cloeta's doing. I see some growth. I see a lot of progress. I see some of those little grape buds that I need to be trimming off so that don't rob energy. All in all, I'd say we're doing pretty good. Well, it's been a week on the fabulous Cloeta. Cloeta's really looking good. Talk about growing. I don't think there's much doubt at all what's going to happen here. As far as I can tell, we got 100% on Cloeta, but it's still early. A lot can happen, a lot cannot happen. So we'll monitor both of those, and we'll see you in a week, 7 days. 7 days later, Cloeta's growing, looking good. I'm really impressed with Cloeta. See you in 7 days. Maybe we'll be even more impressed. Okay, another week. Cloeta is still hanging in there. She looks, I'm going to say she because Cloeta sounds like a woman's name. Kind of sounds like a name out of some of the 1940s and 1930s movies, doesn't it? Such and such, Queen of Sheba starring Cloeta. Anyway, Cloeta's growing and putting on a lot of growth now. In 1 week, it's quite astonishing what they can do. These are not far from being at least separated and repotted, and I'll show you that. But I think we're going to go to the ground with about 10 of them just to see, how that goes. Anyway, this is a week later, and that's Cloeta. Let's check in on Cloeta. It's been a week since we saw her, and I think that's pretty much an amazing amount of growth. It's going to be really quickly soon time to do something different. Either repot these individually or get them in the ground. But until then, here's another week's growth. It's time for Cloeta. You've watched Cloeta grow from a sweet little stick all the way into these beautiful plants. And we're going to put them in the dirt today. It's kind of a new procedure for me. I usually wait until fall. But what I've been noticing is I've been picking up a little bit of winter hardiness by getting them in the ground as quick as I can. So it's the very, very 1st of June, and I've never planted this early or late, whichever way you want to look at it. But we're going to do it. We're going to do it with Cloeta, and let's see if we got any roots. Let's open her up. Yeah, I think Cloeta got a root. It's like I've showed you in the original when we were doing this. This medium is not a long-term solution. It's there's no nutritional value. I know you can add liquid, but I'm just talking about why sometimes it's good to get them out of here as quick as they're viable. Have a look right here and you see one really didn't start. It gave us a little shoot that died because it was living off of the stick and not the roots. And compare it to so they don't all 100% make it, I guess is my point on that. That's a great looking cutting, and there's several, but it's okay to root more than you need, because there's no guarantee on this stuff who's going to put good roots out and who's not. So that's my point on that. These are great. Let's see if we can take all of that back down and show you that calcified, whatever term you want to use, they put roots out where I scraped them, if you remember, not on the bottom where we cut it. Always remember that. That scraping the side is important. That's where most of your roots come from. Let me get finished with this, and then I'll check back with you when it's time to move to the next step. Cloeta's beginning his journey to the vineyard, or to the patch, or whatever you want to call it. But Sammy's got us loaded down and ready to go. Of all the Munson variety grapes we've planted, these Cloeta are supposed to be the less vibrant. Vigor, I guess vigor's a better word, but a lot of times people will plant these twice as many, you know, like these I'm planting every 10 feet. Sometimes folks might plant these every 5 feet to compensate for that low vigor. But we're not. We may regret that, but I already had all this infrastructure in place, and that's what we're going to go with. It's a 10-foot spacing. Okay, Cloeta going in the ground. You can see, I mean, the hole's not that deep. It's, I don't know, we kind of measured them when we drilled them. I think they're about, let's just call them 12 inches a foot, but that's pretty close. Some of them may be a little deeper. It doesn't matter, I guess, is my point. We mix some of the dirt from around, you know, they gotta learn to live in their, you know, indigenous soil, and then we do amend it a little bit with some of this, we'll call it potting soil. It's a lot of it's homemade potting soil, but it's got some perlite and things to keep it from, you know, just turning to hard clay. But that's pretty much it. It's not, you know, it's not rocket science. It's just time consuming, and a lot of times folks don't want to take the effort and the time to, you know, be methodical about it, let's say. But take your time, plant them one at a time, don't get ahead, and you'll have really good results. They're hard to kill. I suppose the most important step, as we say every time, is water. Water, water, water. You can't really hurt these things at this stage by overwatering them. What I mean by this stage is on planting day. They've been real tender and they've been really taken care of, and it's the first time they've been put in the ground. So water them and take care of them, and you won't have any problems. The next step you've seen me do before, but it's getting these cane poles. If you're not from the South, they may be bamboo poles, but here they're cane poles. And the blue tube, and there you go. They're protected, and they're ready to get started. So good deal, Cloeta. I'm going to put the strap on it and clip it to the wire, and then we can move on to the next one. Well, there you go. There's just some Cloetas planted up and got the blue tubes and the cane poles ready to go. Maybe they'll have a good life here, living amongst the other varieties of Munson grapes that we got going on. It always looks so empty when they're this young, but it won't take long. They'll get big. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. that's probably the last thing we're going to do on these Cloeta grapes until they're, you know, up and out and big. But for right now, this is a pretty good place to cut it off. We showed you from the very beginning when they were just little sticks all the way to going in the ground. So anyway, thanks for watching it. Hey, thanks for watching. And if you would, take a second to hit the subscribe button for us. It helps us a lot. I appreciate it.